And breaking news coming in early this morning at 7, President Joe Biden of the United States has departed Washington for Tel Aviv, where his plane is expected to land, and in a show of support for Israel. And there were hopes that there would be another meeting, but right now what we are hearing is that he has set off for Israel a show of support. However, his four-way meeting in Jordan has as of now been postponed after that blast that killed 500 people. The United States President has called off his Jordan visit as of now. Jordan, on his part, in a statement by the Foreign Ministry, had said that the visit, which was of the U.S. President, which would have led to a four-way meeting with the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, as well as the King of Jordan and the leaders of Egypt and Syria, and as well, has now been cancelled in the wake of the deadly rocket strike that has led to the death of nearly 500 people in a Gaza hospital. But as of now, these are visuals of the U.S. President departing for Tel Aviv from Washington. Meanwhile, more breaking news are coming in from Gaza. Amidst an escalating war that shows no signs of abating, news are coming in of a deadly blast in a hospital in Gaza. A massive blast reported from Gaza City. It hit a hospital in the city, which was packed with the wounded and other Palestinians seeking shelter. And it is a blast that has killed at least 500 people and sent shockwaves across the world. A blame game, meanwhile, has erupted. Hamas has said that the Israeli Defense Forces claim that it was a Hamas missile misfire that has led to the fire is a lie. And Hamas has in fact blamed Israeli airstrikes for the blast which has rocked this hospital. These are visuals that on your screen showing the hospital in flames. 500 people have died in this deadly rocket attack, but neither the Palestinian Hamas nor the Israeli Defense Forces are willing to accept responsibility, each blaming the other. In fact, Israeli Defense Forces had said earlier that it was Islamic Jihad terror group that was responsible, but the latter has denied the claim, saying that it was an Israeli airstrike that led to the blast that has led to the loss of 500 lives in one of the worst disasters in this war, which broke out on the 7th of October with those Hamas strikes on Israel. And this comes just a day before the U.S. President was heading for Israel and then on to Jordan for a four-way meeting with leaders in order to de-escalate the tension and discuss the humanitarian crisis and ways to mitigate it, to reduce the impact of the war. But it has led to the result that as of now, the meeting of the U.S. President has been postponed. And let's listen in to more details about this latest incident from the Israel-Hamas war. And it's one of the deadliest strikes. Hundreds of civilians are feared dead after the deadly blast at the Al Ahli Arab Hospital in Gaza. Israel has denied its involvement in the bombing, while the Palestinians have held the IDF responsible. And meanwhile, the United States and various other countries have responded to the deadly blast, expressing outrage and deep sadness at the explosion, which has led to the loss of at least 500 lives. So hundreds of lives lost in this deadly blast in a Gaza hospital, which even as the Israeli counter-offensive continues in full swing. This is the Al Ahli Arab Hospital in Gaza. And immediately upon hearing the news, responses have come in, and the U.S., it comes just a day before the U.S. President leaves for Tel Aviv. Let's listen in to understand more about what happened and latest updates that are coming in.
So I've seen the reports of the strike that you're referring to, or the hospital that was hit. I'm aware of the reports, but I don't have anything to offer further at this time. The secretary, as I mentioned, has been in regular contact with Minister Gallant, emphasizing again that in this conflict that the law of war is being upheld, and that's not only something that's been consistently delivered in private, but also publicly. So I would just leave it at that. I just don't have more for you on those reports.
I want to give you an announcement of the event that occurred in the hospital in Gaza. I can confirm that an analysis of the IDF operational systems indicates that a barrage of rockets was fired by terrorists in Gaza, passing in close proximity to the Al Ahli Al Mahdi hospital in Gaza at the time it was hit. Intelligence from few sources that we have in our hands indicates that the Islamic Jihad is responsible for the failed rocket launch which hit the hospital in Gaza. I repeat, this is the responsibility of Islamic Jihad that killed innocents in the hospital in Gaza.